Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday the 13th. I hope that today is a lucky day. Friday the 13th is usually a surprisingly lucky day for me. I think in high school I found $40 on a at the bus stop once and I was super excited. So ever since then, it's been a pretty lucky day for me. I was okay with that. I'm having a big hair day. It is super humid and getting ready to rain here. So I hope that you have something nice and warm to drink. I've got my coffee as usual. Do I drink my coffee from a straw? Yes, I do, because otherwise I don't know, I have a thing about like the lipstick on the cup. It's like sticks. Long story. If you do not already have your goal setting planner, hold on, these lights be washing me out today. Like sometimes my lighting is so on point and sometimes my lighting is just completely unforgiving. I don't know why. I am so washed out, but this is just where we are today. So, if you do not already have your goal setting workbook, head down into the description and get yours. It will lead you through this weekly goal setting session step by step. So grab it. And while you are down there, I am just going to grab my scratch pad for my goals. So I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Today we are going to set some goals. We're going to go back and check some progress, and we might even follow it up with some coffee. But first, we're going to review and audit last week's goals. So make sure you have those because you will be needing those. So if you are a part of the replay crew, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to stick some, my hair is so big today, so big. I am going to stick some timestamps down in the description for you so that you can feel free to pause when you need some extra time. Feel free to skip ahead if go get super creative and go ahead in your workbook, no problems. But before we get into any of that, if you don't know who I am, I'm Terrell, and this is Absolutely Studying. I bootstrapped my way through university while juggling a full-time job and a family. It was tough, but now I want to pay it forward. I want to supply you with all of the resources and support you need to flourish in your academic career. Today, we are doing goal setting. So, what were last week's goals? How many did you set? What were they, and how close were you to accomplishing them? Leave them in the comments below. I want to hear about your goals. So, if you did not write down your goals last week, make sure to write them down this week because they are going to be much more actionable if you keep the better you keep track of them, the better you review them. So write them down. I like to write mine right in my planner. I put them in there so that way I am constantly looking at them. I'm looking at them all day and I can make sure that I take actionable steps every single day to actually get them done. So what were they? How many did you set? Did you set 3? I always like to set 3 per week. That gives me time to really concentrate on those 3. And if I get them done, I can go ahead and do other ones. Otherwise, I don't have to. I don't have to try and force my time into completing 5, but I understand if you set 5, maybe have 5 smaller ones. I usually try and set pretty substantial goals. So maybe that's also why I only like to set for 3. And then we want to know how many did you complete? So if you If you set SMART goals, which is there is a print, there is a page in the Printable. I am off my game this morning. Maybe it's not enough coffee. SMART goals are specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time sensitive. So when you set SMART goals, you set very specific goals. So this way, you know whether you completed them or not. You know whether you fell short or not, and by how much, because you have the metrics to judge that with. So you know exactly by writing them down and writing down the metrics that you are measuring your goals against, if you have completed your goal or not, if you took the required steps to complete your goal or not. And that's really going to help you in this auditing, reviewing process to decide if the habits and the routines and everything you implemented, all of the planning you implemented to reach this goal worked or not. And that is going to help you in staying on track, in creating a plan and a framework to move forward, and in deciding if habits and techniques that you implemented in the last week to make progress actually worked. So, where did you fall short? In the workbook, there is a space to answer all of these questions. So, while you are filling out those, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to hit 10K this year. Big goal, I know, but everybody was crazy until they were right. So now let's actually go through. Let's break down all of the techniques that we did to actually get things accomplished. And let's see how they work going forward. So, what worked? What did you implement? What did you do over the last week? It might be something that you do every week, like attend this goal setting session. It might be something that you just implemented last week. What worked in staying and you staying on track with your goal? What actually worked? And what went wrong? This could be anything from you got overwhelmed with deadlines to you got overworked one day and decided to take a day off. Sorry if you are distracted. There's my little orange tree. It's just living its life in the background, but I think that might be, let's move my hair to the side. Maybe that's what's messing with my light. There we go. What went wrong? What actually sidetracked you from making the progress that you needed to make? And the next question is, was it avoidable? So it doesn't have to be something that you specifically did wrong. It could be anything. It could literally be something that was completely unavoidable. Maybe, the power went out and you didn't have internet for a week, and so you couldn't do research. Anything that got in your way, write that down. So once you have reviewed on what went right and what went wrong, we can decide what you will do again. So what were there things that you implemented in the last week that you definitely want to stick to, whether it was super successful or even if it was just something that you feel like with a little bit more tweaking, you could really incorporate it and make it work. What was it that you tried over the last week that helped you to be successful? And what will you do again? And it could even be something that was not quite as successful as you wanted it to be. Maybe it was something that held you back, but it still made you really refreshed. Maybe you added an extra 30 minutes onto your evening routine and that cut into your study time, but you just feel so much more relaxed and ready to take on the day the following morning. self-care and sometimes things that seem that they take away from productivity actually really help you to reinvest your energy and refuel it. So how do those things, good or bad, that you will, what are those things, good or bad, that you will do again? And what will you do differently? Whether it was something that made you super productive, but it burnt you out, or it was something that just was a complete flop when you tried it. What would you do differently this week and going forward? And now let's get into setting some goals for next week. I'm just messing with my hair. I'm so sorry. What will you do next week? So, I am going to start with my goals, and I am going to write a goal that I'm going to finish all of my speech contest contest bundle. For those of you that don't know, I am also co-founder of a society that um, awards scholarships to high school students that are pursuing post-secondary education. So right now we are getting ready to launch a speech contest. This is very early, so you guys are literally hearing about it first. The speech contest will not be until next year. So you're not going to hear a whole bunch about that, but I am in the middle of rolling out all of the information, all of the rules. I will personally be sponsoring a scholarship for the essay writing contest. So you'll probably hear a lot about that. I'm really excited. I might do one in tandem through the society and through my website. I don't know. I am so bogged down with all of this rollout and creating of the workbooks and stuff for that. So I will be sure to link that out and let you guys know about that. But right now, the society, because it's the first year, it is a local one. So if you are in British Columbia, Canada, you will probably be hearing a lot about it locally. But yeah, that is some exciting work that I am doing. We have we have I'm the co-founder of JRBAA. It is a scholarship society foundation, whatever you want to call it. So it's a complete nonprofit, and that is what I am focusing my efforts on. So that might be why I'm a little bit so frazzled. And it's very ironic that right now I am writing and creating the entire outline and schema for a speech contest when I am so tongue tied this morning. But well, we were going to get that under control. I will share some more information, and you'll probably see me doing a lot more about that as time marches forward, because that's been taking up a ton of my time. And but I love it. I love being able to finally just be able to give back 100% in one of my projects. So that is my big goal for next week. And then I'm going to have to film some videos for you guys. So those are two of my big goals. I would love for you to share yours down in the comments. If you are too shy to share them down in the comments, make sure to jump over on Instagram and DM me at Absolutely Studying. I love hearing your goals. I love sharing your progress. You can also tag me in any of your goal setting sessions or your goal setting posts on there, because I love being part of each and every one of your journeys and telling your goal, putting it out there in the universe and having somebody else know what you're working towards so that they can hold you accountable is a really, really great way of setting and realizing your goal. Because once you tell somebody about it, it's real, it's out there, it's got a life of its own, and now it wants to it wants to live that life. So make sure you do set those 3 goals, write them down. I've got mine in my planner. I'm ready. I am ready for next week. We're going to be working that out. So now, how are these goals going to help you in the big picture? That is very, very important to sit with that. Are these goals actually helping you further the big picture, or are they just filler goals, something that is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Surface level, and not actually helping you get ahead? You might say that you want to get 100 followers on Instagram this week, but is that actually going to help you further your goal, or are you just looking at Instagram followers for all costs? There are vanity metrics, and then there is engagement and important metrics, and how many people interact with you, and how many people message you, and how many people see your content. Whereas, having just a whole bunch of followers that don't necessarily interact or don't necessarily want to learn more about you, they're just follow for follow, they're not really going to help you to achieve whatever goal it is of getting the 100 Instagram followers. So why do you want to do that? Because you want more friends, because you want more visibility? What is actually going to help you to reach your actual goals, whatever that is? So make sure that the goals you set are working towards larger goals, so that you are not drifting off on the side and pursuing things that don't actually matter. And so finally, most important part, even more important than the goals, setting the goals themselves, are making this plan to succeed. So write down your goal, and then write down about 5 to 15 steps or things that you can do to accomplish that goal. And make sure these are 5 to 15-minute tasks. So as many as, like, you could have 20, you could have 5 tasks that take no more than 5 to 15 minutes that will help you to work towards achieving that goal by the end of the week. So it could be studying for 15 minutes a day, or doing flashcards for 15 minutes a day, or it could be, going to bed on time. There are so many different nuanced tasks that can help you to actually achieve these goals, because those little tasks are what you can actually add to your days throughout the week to accomplish that goal. And that's going to make that goal so much more manageable. So again, we have come to the end. You now have a goal. It's written down. You've got a plan. We're going to get this done. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and we are here for the goal setting session every week, every Friday. And we always talk about goal setting, study tips, organizational hacks, and homework help to help you with the study struggle. You can also visit my website, www.absolutelystudying.com, for so many useful resources and free articles. So until next time, I hope your coffee stays hot, and I hope you have an amazing adventure.